Welcome to Los Pinata, the podcast where we talk about life in the creative landscape. I'm Terrence.
And I'm Dave. If you enjoy this episode, please like, follow, and share the program with your friends.
Today we'll be talking about, today we're taking another superhero sidebar.
Superhero Sidebar.
Which has become an increasing event here on Las Pinata, and, maybe it'll become its own thing. But today we are going to be doing fan fiction, I guess.
That's right. We're going to take some random Marvel characters or semi-random Marvel characters and create a randomized story around them. A 3-act story.
Right. Similar to the plot cast that we do when we are on Heroic Origins.
Exactly. And we're going to do a similar situation as what we normally do, which is we've got this outline here. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see the outline where we've put down act 1, 2, 3, and then we have a section up here where we have space for a random hero, random villain, random supporting characters, and also just some other random things like a picture, a word, and a fact or a headline.
Yeah, and we'll incorporate those into our plot.
Exactly. So why don't we pull up our character randomizer here, though?
Our wheel of heroes. Well, wheel of Marvel characters.
This is from the Spin the Wheel app, and we were actually able to put together a pool of characters down here. You'll see this pool of characters that we were thinking, this might be interesting, and then we can spin the wheel, and that'll give us something. So,
do you want to just say that whichever one comes up first? Like, we'll just spin it. Whatever that is, that fills in.
And that'll be our. Now, I mean, we do want to have one hero, one villain, and one supporting character.
Right.
So whichever one comes there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a spin. The Constrictor.
We have our villain.
So our villain is the Constrictor. All right. Okay.
Part of the Serpent Society, correct?
That's true, but he's also just sort of a villain for hire.
All right.
A thug. He's been up against like Power Man and Iron Fist as a common foe, but also Iron Man.
Okay, so he's pretty like street level though, right? He's one of those.
Well, he's both. He actually works both from a street level and kind of an espionage level.
Okay.
International, yeah.
All right. Who is next? Oh.
Jarvis.
Jarvis
is our supporting character.
That is the butler from the Avengers.
That's right. Okay, now we need a hero. Jeez, I wonder who the hero is going to be.
Who will our hero be? Oh,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
I'm okay with that. This is the Constrictor has adamantium cables, so this actually could be an electrify whatever. This could actually be an interesting bout, and Jarvis makes sense because She-Hulk's been an Avenger.
Yeah. So. She's been around in a few of these places, so that works.
Well, let's come up with a weird word off of randomwordgenerator.com. Okay, we've got Hoplamaki, fighting while heavily armored.
That seems.
Well, there's none of the characters are like that so far. Rusticity, rustic manner, simplicity, rudeness. Physicostate, having divided ribs. I know what that feels like right now. You want to read the other two, Terrence?
Umbelliferous, bearing umbles.
What the heck's an umble?
That's a good question. Cardiologia, heartburn.
Oh, that's an interesting term for that. Okay, I need to know what an umble is.
I like hoplomaki. I've already got a story idea there.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Okay. Do we want to look up the actual, like, more technical definition?
We can, but I mean, you didn't have to completely go with that yet if you wanted to find out what an umble was.
No, I think we determined before we started that we are working with limited time.
All right.
So, just whoop, hoplamaki. But do you want to look up the actual definition of that, though?
All right, let me see if I can find.
And I'll pull up a random picture while you're at it.
Ah, dang it.
We're nowhere near Christmas, folks.
Hoplomachus. Hoplomachy? Am I spelling it
You
right?
want to see it again? Hoplomachy.
Hoplomachy.
Yeah.
I know Hoplomachus was a gladiator in ancient Rome, so it's probably related.
Well, that's probably what it's related to, right? But it doesn't say anything else? Okay, random pictures here. I've got a bear kind of hanging out in muddy water. I've got, I don't know, that looks AI generated to me. Does that look AI generated to you? But anyway, a barber.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Oh, hey, we got Spider-Man.
I think I've seen that.
We got these look like shoe sculptures somewhere.
Or just old shoes.
You think those are old shoes? Those to me look like they're at least like petrified or something.
Oh, they look like they were like pulled out of the water or something. It isn't right there by the water. But
Is that ice on fire? What the heck?
fire and ice.
Fire and ice.
That looks
any of those pictures stand out to you?
Uh,
Not to me. Let's try another set. Ooh, an old car. What the heck is that? It's a valve.
It's a mailbox.
It's a mailbox?
Somebody made a mailbox out of a milk
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
churn thing. I don't know.
Then we got people's legs at
looks
like they're at a bar or something. Not at a bar, but a diner.
No, it looks like a subway. Am I wrong? That's not like.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. It's a subway. Yeah, it's probably a subway. Okay. Zombie. What does this say?
Something zombie research facility.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Probably zombie research. This area is under. So zombie research facility. That might be interesting. I think actually the subway sounds interesting too.
Oh, but
the roller disco.
How can you resist a roller disco?
Okay, we're gonna go with the roller disco.
That just is such a cool picture too.
Okay, let's copy that. Bring it over here. Okay, roller disco. And now, would you rather do a random fact or a random headline?
We'll go for a random fact.
Okay.
In Greek antiquity, a battle or mimic battle fought in heavy armor. That's the only other definition I found for hoplomachy.
Okay. Well, I think that's fighting while heavily armored. So that fits. Okay. We're close enough. Breakfast ideas. Let's see. We're looking for random facts.
Hoplomachy, meaning duel or a fight with heavy weapons, was the name given to this kind of fighting. The Hoplomachus gladiators trained in an ancient kind of fighting that was common in. Let's go deeper.
Okay. Random fact 1. Australia once lost a war to emus, the birds. You want to do the second one?
Red, green, yellow, and orange bell peppers are all the same type of pepper, with their color difference being caused by being at different stages of ripeness.
Oh, that's interesting.
I did not know that.
More photos were taken in the past 7 years than in all of the previous history.
I believe that.
Okay.
There was a proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1916 that would put all acts of war to a national vote, and anyone voting yes would have to register as volunteer for service in the United States Army.
Oh, I like that one.
Changed things a lot.
While Mount Everest is the highest altitude mountain, the tallest mountain on Earth is Mauna Kea.
Yeah.
Any of those stand out to you?
Not so much.
Okay.
I did hear that in Australia they call the peppers capsaicin. They just have a whole other word.
Well, let's pick 5 more random facts. We got to pick one of these.
Okay, yeah. Well,
in 1961, 2 hydrogen bombs were accidentally dropped over North Carolina. A glitch prevented them from detonating. That's good.
Kermit Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt's grandson, overthrew Iran for the U.S. government.
Nice. Okay. Cows have best friends and they get stressed when they are separated.
Oh. Because there are more molecules of air in one breath than there are breaths in the atmosphere, every breath you take likely contains at least one molecule of Newton's last breath. We've seen that one before.
Yeah. We're recycling facts. There are only so many facts, Terrence. Tommy Fitzpatrick stole a small plane in 1956 from New Jersey on a bet and then landed it on the narrow street in front of the bar where he had been drinking in Manhattan. 2 years later, he did it again after someone didn't believe he had done it the first time.
That's funny.
I like that one. That one's my favorite, but I think the one that would fit the best with our characters is the hydrogen bombs in North Carolina.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Want to do that one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, that's our
I
random.
don't know really what this story is, though. But
okie dokie. Just okay. So we've got it. Our random hero is She-Hulk. Our random villain is the Constrictor. Random supporting character is Jarvis. We've got a random picture of a roller disco. A random word, which means hoplamaki, which means fighting while heavily armored. And then a random fact or headline. In 1961, 2 hydrogen bombs were accidentally dropped over North Carolina. A glitch prevented them from detonating. So we're going to try to build a story out of those elements. We also have some random plot, character, and setting elements that we're going to do for 3 acts. Those have been pre-selected, but we're going to give ourselves, what did we decide, 10 minutes each?
Yes.
Okay, 10 minutes for Act 1. Tell me when we're ready.
All right, I'm ready. And
wait, hold on.
Nope.
We got to do this the proper way.
Well, let's talk about what our random elements here are. In Act 1, plot element.
No.
Nope.
Just let me do this real quick.
It's collaborating time.
All right.
All right. I think we should just jump. I think we should talk about the random elements once we get started. So
Okay.
let's start the clock. 10 minutes.
All right. Here goes 10 minutes.
All right. We've got a plot element is a chase ensues. Character element is insert a character's moral code into the story. And then a setting element, insert a feeling of deja vu into the story. Now we know. So what we're okay. She-Hulk. If we were to include her values are her moral code is having fun, even when saving the day.
There you go for your roller rink. That's our setting right there. It's a roller rink.
Do we want this to be? Because it occurs to me
in the 70s. She's out on the rink. She's rolling around. She's having the time of her life.
What if it's like, okay, so you got
Dancing Queen is on.
Okay, so you've got this hydrogen bomb. Okay, what if these? Okay, let me pitch this to you. Okay. Instead of it being dropped hydrogen bombs, they're like suitcase nukes. And Jarvis happens to stumble upon a suitcase nuke, and he gets it, and he's being chased by the Constrictor, and he escapes into a roller rink where he's being chased around, and he gets like a pair of skates, and then the She-Hulk has to try to save him. Maybe is it possible that Jarvis and the She-Hulk have gone roller skating together?
What if instead?
Okay.
Because I think obviously the stolen nukes, it makes a lot of sense. But what if the Constrictor just stole nukes while She-Hulk is out at the roller rink, reliving her disco days?
It makes sense that
the news comes out, and there goes Jarvis contacts her. Hey, he's near your area, and so she has to go chase down the Constrictor on roller skates.
Okay, so but Jarvis, so this is the thing. Jarvis and She-Hulk took Jarvis along because they were running errands together.
Well, he's a butler. Maybe he drove her.
butlers are not the same as drivers, but
he was driving around Tony Stark's dad, whatever his name is, in the movie. In
the movies. Oh,
yeah.
That's true. Okay, so Jarvis has driven She-Hulk to the roller disco.
Maybe he had some errands to run,
And then apparently the Constrictor, they get a report of the Constrictor. Who notifies them?
Maybe it just comes over the radio news, just some sort of Avengers network.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe it is like maybe it is a bomb that got dropped and it just crashes through the ceiling. I mean,
I like the idea that she's roller skating and then they have to chase after. It's like,
oh no, I
get
get that, but
and maybe Jarvis is at some point driving. I imagine it's a limousine. I don't know if the Avengers would have a limo, but Jarvis driving the limo with She-Hulk holding onto the back on her roller skates. Faster, Jarvis!
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is okay. What you have is they're at the roller rink already.
Okay.
And Jarvis is kind of rolling his eyes, and it's like, yes, mistress or master. Yes, Mistress She-Hulk. Was that how you would print? Is that what a butler would say? I don't even know.
Well, she'd probably call her by her name, like what is?
Yes, Madam Jennifer Walters, Madam Walters.
Yes.
Then, but I'm just saying, it's like she's skating around, she's doing her dance thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. The bomb falls through the ceiling, but before she can like grab it and toss it away or whatever, the Constrictor snatches it up.
Well, wouldn't it be like the Constrictor falling with it, like crashing through, like, because he stole it from some plane or something, so he's got it and he just crashes through on his getaway,
Okay, and to cover the suit stuff, let's say that he's wearing a hazmat suit.
Well, I was going to get to that with Jarvis because I think Jarvis should be in the heavily armored suit.
Okay, well we can get it
at some point for bomb diffusion.
But this is a radioactive thing, so
that's where he's going to need a suit. Everybody else is going to be resistant except for Jarvis.
So the Constrictor, this will be interesting because the Constrictor, there's no way the Constrictor is going to be able to outrun a roller skating She-Hulk.
Who knows?
So what's our meet cute?
Okay,
here?
I don't know.
Does the Constrictor, because I kind of feel like the Constrictor is not as tough.
So I was just looking him up a little. So he's he was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. Well, he probably does have armor of some sort. So maybe but he's got adamantium and adamantium whips or whatever that he can shoot out of his arms.
Oh, like Red Omega Red?
Like I don't know. Sort of I don't know Omega Red.
Oh, okay.
But he can shoot them out of his arms, and they can constrict people, but they also can electrify them.
Okay.
But okay, so I'm just trying to think. Him falling through the ceiling is I could see the bomb going through, and he's just sort of there to pick it up, so he snatches it.
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe hanging on something, but I'm not sure that he would survive a fall through the ceiling like that. Because what would he be falling off of the plane that dropped it?
His costume is lightly armored with partial bulletproofing. Costume is electrically insulated, covering his entire body.
I mean, he's just a guy. So he would have to have an extra armor thing if he was to survive from falling from a plane.
He's implanted with cybernetic arms. Oh, so he's been updated. He has he's implanted with cybernetic arms, the fingers of which duplicate the abilities of his old coils.
Oh.
So his lower arms now are the coils, I guess.
Interesting. Okay, whatever the case, all I'm just trying to say is that he didn't jump from the plane. They maybe tracked where the bombs were going to fall, and he's there for where they fell, and he snatches them up.
All right.
And that would actually, and maybe he does have like a motorcycle or something that he's on, and that's where.
Yeah, he doesn't have any transportation like methods. He's just a guy. Yeah, you're right.
All I'm saying is it's this: the She-Hulk is roller rinking with with Jarvis. Maybe she convinces Jarvis to put on some roller skates. I think would be funny.
Maybe
bomb
he's using
comes
his
through the ceiling.
coils like or whatever to like go like Spider-Man and web swing through the city, kind of.
Oh, that's true.
With,
Yeah,
with
that
the
actually
thing, with the like
new power
bomb on
stuff.
his
Okay,
back or something.
I like that.
So
But I'm
that's
just
harder for her to
saying,
catch.
like the bomb comes through the roof. The constrictor is on the roof. He snatches it up. That gives him a head start. And I like your idea that he's swinging through like Spider-Man or something.
Yeah.
So he, and then the She-Hulk has to roller rink after him.
He could be, also armored some because like it just makes more sense if it does come all the way through to the ground, like as opposed to it landing on the roof. Like in my head, as far as story goes, just to.
Well, the bomb goes through the. I'm saying the bomb goes through the roof, but the constrictor doesn't. The constrictor is on the roof, and he snatches up the thing from the roof.
So you just see this little coil come down, pull it back up.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
Right.
and then he just he says through the hole in the ceiling, he says, "Suck it, She-Hulk," and then and then he goes and he he goes and runs away, using his constricting stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So let's write that down.
All right, we've got 1 minute.
She-Hulk, what we got? We figured out what we're doing. She-Hulk and Jarvis are roller skating.
Well, they're
Bomb falls through.
They're not roller skating together. She's roller skating.
I don't know. I think she's got him on roller skates, but maybe okay. Bomb falls through roof. Constrictor snatches up the bomb from the roof, from the hole in the roof. Says, "Suck it, She-Hulk."
That's officially part of it. Is he says, "Suck it, She-Hulk."
And then the chase is on. Oh, we didn't talk about deja vu.
Well,
or the moral code. We sort of talked about the moral code. That's She-Hulk having fun.
yeah.
But deja vu is
She just last time I heard this song, something terrible happened, and then the
okay,
bomb falls through the
okay.
roof.
There we go. So
This is our time running out. Well, we got through the first act.
yeah, I think we did. Okay, so we're going on to Act 2. All right, so hit the clock. We're on 10 minutes.
Oh wait, let me reset the clock. 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Starting now.
All right, we've got plot. The random plot element is there is a revelation.
Oh,
Character element. Insert a character's aversion into the story. And setting element. Insert a character into the justice system. Okay.
character's version.
Well, the revelation should just be what kind of bomb was that,
Well, I was going to say the revelation should be that the bomb has a countdown running on it. Like the bomb's going to go off.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, so
not just a
Jarvis,
small
why don't we
bomb.
say Jarvis noticed, just to get him involved.
Yeah.
There was a countdown. There was a counter on the bomb, and they have how much time?
Let's say 10 minutes.
Only 10 minutes till it goes off.
Maybe 20. Somewhere in that range.
Okay, so characters' aversion into the story.
He has an
The
aversion to
constrictor.
fun.
What's the constrictor? Is the constrictor have an aversion? Like the constrictor is like maybe grossed out by peanut butter or something.
I can't think of anything that would be significant. Like it's like his powers, his background, nothing really.
Maybe he hates disco.
Well, see, I think you've got Jarvis right there, who has so many things that he would be averse to. So,
Well, but I think, well, sure, but I think if the constrictor, well, like because I can see the She-Hulk like might be singing disco songs the whole time or something, and then and constrictors, I hate disco. I don't know.
why?
Well, because I'm just trying to think of something that might influence the plot somehow. I mean, the bomb. What if the bomb is, it's a nuclear bomb, but nuclear things do. Maybe it's a gamma bomb. You think it might be a gamma,
Ooh, that would be fun if it's a gamma bomb,
or that
especially.
could be okay. So it's a. How do they even find that out? I mean, because they've.
Well, that's kind of immaterial. Like the bomb is the like our MacGuffin. Like it's just the thing everybody's.
Oh, I know, but and we got the revelation was that it's. But Jarvis, okay, what's Jarvis doing? Because the She-Hulk is chasing the Constrictor. Jarvis must be doing research. Is like, you know what? I saw these carb. He found out there was a timer. He also
they aren't jointly doing the chase. I thought they were jointly doing the chase.
If she's on roller skates, then I mean,
hanging off the side of the car.
Carrying him?
He's got the car. She's got the roller skates.
I think she'd probably be more mobile on her own, but I'm thinking that Jarvis could. I mean, he could be with her, but I mean, But I would think that his job could be kind of doing research.
Yeah, maybe maybe he's picking up more information. Maybe he's got an onboard computer or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So
So wait, is Jarvis? I love the image though of She-Hulk actually on skates chasing after the Constrictor.
Yeah, so do I.
But is Jarvis in a car as well? Is that?
That's how I imagined her hanging onto the car as he drove. But you're right; she would be able to propel herself faster than he.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that Jarvis shouldn't be driving, but I mean, I like the idea that he's doing research and he's like, "Oh, I saw the serial number on the bomb."
What if he's not in a car, but the Quinjets aren't those like their little?
Oh yeah, the Quinjet. So okay.
Okay, so he could just be back in a Quinjet, like, monitoring the situation from above.
Oh, okay, so Jarvis.
And so he's
monitoring
the chair,
things from Quinjet. Doing research though, right?
Yeah, observing and like, oh no, like maybe he's getting like feedback of like it's observing and it's picking up information that's like, oh, the bomb.
Well, does he notify? Why don't we just to get the justice system in there? Let's say he notifies the police.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go.
Notifies the police who join the chase.
Do they join the chase or do they clear the area?
So, which would you prefer?
Well, we now know that it's an active bomb, so it would make more sense for them to clear the area.
Okay, and they clear the area, though. I mean, it's a chase, so it's
going. Well, yeah. So where he's going, trying to.
They're trying to anticipate
bomb running through the city. Get people out of there. Evacuate.
Do we have an aversion? Did we figure out any type of aversion?
No, we need an aversion.
I'm just going to go. I mean, what's our time frame right now?
We've got 5 minutes.
I think the Constrictor hates disco. Do you? Why not?
Okay, but I mean, I don't understand how All right,
we'll figure it out.
I mean, it's.
What other aversions could there be? What could be something that relates to what? Maybe he has an aversion to the She-Hulk.
I don't know. He's swinging through the streets. She's chasing him on foot, on roller skate foot.
Let's talk about the bomb, because maybe it is a special bomb, right? So, I mean, if it's a gamma bomb,
does she have any if she's re-exposed to something like that? Like if she's re-exposed to gamma radiation, does that do anything to her?
Typically, it'll do something to you. It might make you, I mean, it happens to other Hulk characters, so probably her. I'm sure it's not a consistent effect.
So maybe she has some aversion. Maybe it is a gamma bomb and it's leaking gamma radiation and she's reacting to it.
Here, answer me this, though. If Jarvis noticed that there was a timer on the thing, wouldn't the Constrictor notice too? I mean, what's the Constrictor thinking here? It's like, I don't want to die.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's not just he sees it. Maybe it's something that he's picking up because he's got the Quinjet monitoring the situation and picking up, identifying and scanning it or what have you.
Sure. But I mean,
so he just thinks he's carrying the bomb, but he doesn't realize he's carrying an active bomb. So.
Oh, okay. So analyzing the bomb and determines it has a timer. about to go off. Okay. Okay. But okay, if you don't like the aversion to disco, what's our aversion, and how does it play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it is a gamma thing, and she has some sort of aversion to the gamma radiation, that it could be leaking or something. Maybe he's getting affected by it too.
I guess what do you think aversion means? Yeah, I think you're using it in a different way than I am. Because I take it as like I don't like something.
Right. So it's
a strong dislike or disinclination. So
right. So it's like causing her to not feel well. That's where I'm thinking. She just doesn't like the feeling that I'm going with that. Like it's causing something to her, so she doesn't.
She's stressed out about the potential.
So I don't know exactly what. That's what I was saying. What would it do to her if she was exposed to more gamma radiation? Like I don't know what that does. If that does.
So She-Hulk is.
Maybe it makes her more
scared of the potential gamma effects. Okay.
Actually, that'd be funny if she becomes more savage She-Hulk and she's like on roller skates.
Well, sometimes back in the original Hulk issues, that it would sometimes turn you back into human form.
Oh,
well, that would be good. So there's a lot of different effects, though. I mean, okay. Anything else we want to add to this part of the story? I mean, what is? Should we just describe the chase a little bit? He's swinging from the. I mean, this is a power stunt. I don't know if he's done this before. So he's swinging from.
Oh, what if the? I mean, that's what I was gonna say. What if the gamma effects are also affecting him, and he's like getting stronger? Having some.
Okay.
He's like flying through the streets, and she's like flying after him, crashing into buildings and through walls and stuff on roller skates. These are the most resilient roller skates in the world, also.
Well, of course, it's comic books, so that's cool. Okay, so the Constrictor is being transformed by the gamma radiation. What is the transformation? It doesn't always make you stronger.
No, but what if it's making him? What if it's making him stronger and like he's less? He's just not thinking. He's just running.
Okay.
So he's has less reason. Kind of like
he's getting stronger and dumber. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And more aggressive, or?
I mean, not aggressive to her. He's just the longer he's exposed, the more. I mean, because I'm thinking more like the Hulk, where the Hulk just kind of wants to get away.
So he's being affected the same way as
that whole kind of.
Okay, he's getting stronger in numbers, so he's becoming more like the Hulk. Okay. Are we?
12 seconds. Our time is running out. And that is the end of Act 2.
All right. We're going to reset the timer, and we're going to go to Act 3. All right. And have you started it?
Here we go. Act 3.
Right. Okay, the plot element is a character gets exactly what they deserve. Okay. Character element, insert a character's obsession into a story. Setting element, insert a feeling of deja vu into the story. Didn't we already do that?
Deja vu again?
Oh, we did. Well, sorry about that.
Well, we could.
Well, hey, actually, is that not thematic? Well, that means. I mean, if we were like the disco song, we got to figure out. what the disco song is. I think that's
in my head. It was always Dancing Queen, because
Dancing Queen,
roller skate too. Some Dancing Queen, some ABBA. You got your lights.
Okay, not I Will Survive or anything like that, or Disco Inferno. Okay, so Dancing Queen, but how does that? But I guess what I'm asking is what's the most thematic disco song for this chase? Boogie Shoes?
Some song about a bomb. But is that a disco song? I think that was the 80s. What was that guy? You dropped the bomb on me.
I don't know.
Cameo or something like that. The Word Up guy. Didn't they do? Was that them?
Word up. Everybody say. When you get together. Okay, well, anyway, let's talk about the character gets exactly what they deserve. So, okay, well, this is the thing. It's a gamma bomb. It's got 10 minutes. Jeez, we're running out of time here. So what does she do? Does she throw it? How does she? I mean, a character gets exactly what they deserve. Is she going to toss the bomb, but the constrictor gets pulled, like she tosses the bomb into this orbit or something, but the constrictor goes along with it.
Gets exactly what they deserve. So, I mean, I feel like a character gets exactly what they deserve would be She-Hulk gets a good time. She has fun.
Oh, she ends up sleeping with the constrictor.
No, that's not what
She
she
ends up sleeping with
deserves.
Jarvis.
No, that's not what she deserves.
That's part of her MO, right?
Well, she has a good time as her MO. That doesn't mean she has to
Well,
sleep
what would be
with somebody.
Jarvis? Okay, let's just ask: if Jarvis got exactly what he deserved, what would be?
Everything would be like tied up in a pretty bow and finished. You know, he wouldn't be out on a roller skating trip with She-Hulk.
Okay, if She-Hulk got exactly what she deserved, what would that?
It would
look
have been a fun. It would have been a fun day, you know, roller skating and listening to tunes, and the bad guy loses. I mean, that's where it's
And
like, yeah,
what would be? And if the constrictor got exactly what he deserved, what would that look like?
he would be more powerful than ever, I guess, and richer.
Is that what he
I
deserves?
assume he's stealing the bomb to increase his own general welfare.
Well, but is that what he deserves? Because it could be a bad thing that he did, right? So, okay. So what does okay?
I guess exactly what they deserve.
How do we resolve? We have to resolve this here. What happens to the bomb? I think that's the number one thing we need to figure out. What does She-Hulk do to stop the bomb from blowing up?
Well, see, this is I wanted to throw Jarvis into an armored suit. That's what my hope was.
That's fine. Let's put him in. Well, so Jarvis saves the day.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is, okay, She-Hulk comes and she distracts the constrictor, and then Jarvis swoops in with the Quinjet.
What if the Gamma turns them both into raging Hulks, right? Because they're both savage-minded.
So what does Jarvis have a radiation-proof?
So, yeah, on the Quinjet, there's obviously going to just be some random radiation-proof armor from Iron Man. There's an extra Iron Man armor on the Quinjet.
Yeah, okay, I can.
Jarvis that was one of his errands. Was he was picking it up from the cleaners.
So the She-Hulk and the Constrictor are both getting dumber,
right?
And they start fighting each other. And then Jarvis has to swoop down in his armor and snatch the bomb.
And he takes care of the bomb.
What does that mean? Because it's going to blow up in like 2 minutes.
Well, he maybe he jumps down and he puts it into the armor and shoots the armor off into space. There you go.
So he would have to jump off the Quinjet and let it autopilot.
Or he puts it on the Quinjet and shoots this Quinjet in the space.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So this is a time for a heroic thing. He's going to have to jump out of the Quinjet and fall. So
he's got the suit of armor. He's not falling with nothing.
Well, but he may not know how to operate it.
Oh, it's Jarvis. He knows everything.
Lean into the problem, Terrence. This is a good dramatic scene. He's sacrificing himself in order to, She-Hulk. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing that he jumps out and he might be dying. She-Hulk and Constrictor get dumber and face off against each other, while Jarvis wears radiation-proof armor, captures gamma bomb, sends it into orbit on Quinjet, then jumps out of Quinjet. But I don't think he would know how to fly. That's the thing.
Why would he have to be in it? That doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't he just send it? Like, why is he have to jump out of the Quinjet? Why is he still in the Quinjet?
Well, typically, unless he's a master at program. Maybe he's. I'm saying lean into the problems here. He's not exactly like Tony Stark, right? So he would start
Jarvis. He's better than Tony Stark.
What?
Jarvis is like the know-all of the event. He's like Alfred of Batman. He dress up as him and do all the other stuff. That's how I think of Jarvis. He's just capable. You know, he is a butler, but he's a very capable man.
Yeah, I guess I don't tend to think of him that way. But whatever the case, the idea is that he starts flying. He sets the trajectory while in the Quinjet, and then he has to jump out. You're saying that he pre-programs it before it even takes off.
My thought is, the two dumb Hulks are fighting and they just drop the bomb, so he goes and scoops it. It's like, we've got to get this out of here, while they're fighting because they're affected by it. Ooh, actually, there you go. Here, I'm leaning into your problem. So he goes up in the Quinjet. Drop all the things I was just saying. He goes up in the Quinjet and he's firing it off, and he jumps out, but the effects have caused him to become more Hulkish. And so he just lands and then knocks them both out. We've got Hulk Jarvis.
Okay, so it's not a radiation proof.
No, it's not a radiation proof. He risks his life. Well, the only reason for the armor, honestly, is because of the word that we had to incorporate.
Jarvis hulks out and lands on the other.
Well, he lands and puts an end to their fighting as Hulk Jarvis. Well,
does that mean they all fight, or they just knock each other out?
No, I like the idea that or okay, if the characters get exactly what they deserve, then it would be that he knocks out the constrictor because he gets exactly what he deserves, and
so he lands on the constrictor. Okay.
Yeah, and so She-Hulk goes rolling away, enjoying life. She gets,
Okay. All right. We didn't get an obsession in there.
Well, what is our obsession?
Disco.
Well, that could be She-Hulk goes back to the roller rink because she's just like dumb Hulk now. Like, I want to roller skate.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. Dumb She-Hulk goes back to roller rink. Okay. And
our deja vu is just
until radiation wears off.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, that's the deja vu, is just ending up where we started.
And she could have the same song going on again, like this song every time.
I think they all go I think they all go roller skating.
What? I don't know. I have this image of Jarvis with the constrictor over one arm, coming like, look, got to get back to the Avengers Mansion.
Would he be that smart?
Just coming to collect her from the roller rink again. That was our time.
Okay, we got our story. That was interesting.
It was interesting. A little bit of fan fiction, coming up with something. Because, the thing is She-Hulk, so it can be a really silly story. So that's always easy in a sense.
There you go. All right. Okay, well, there we go. We had our randomized She-Hulk story, fighting the constrictor. It was what it was. All right. And that's
I don't know. I would have liked to have had a more heroic story, but that worked out, I guess. For what it was.
Well, it's heroic. What would have been more heroic?
I don't know. More like where the hero gets to be more heroic and do heroic things. It was very quick. And Jarvis, and because it's a jokey story to me at least, Jarvis ends up being the hero, and or She-Hulk is just.
Oh, you want She-Hulk to be more the hero?
Yeah.
That would fit. A standard size comic, right? That actually is about the length of a one issue comic, right?
Yeah. No, that could totally be a She-Hulk story too.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this episode.
If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and share the program with your friends.
Be sure to catch the Lost Pinata live stream weekly on Twitch.
Also, check out our other podcast, Heroic Origins, wherever you listen to podcasts.
And, of course, my personal website, www.davidcoyle.com, which covers all my music videos and podcast projects.
Now it's time to whack your own pinata and see what shakes out.
Get lost.
Beat it.